got the book A Letter to My Best Friend by Yangsook Choi. My favorite thing about this book is that the kids in this book, their best friends are cats. Themes in this book are friendship and acceptance, immigration, language barriers, the power of creativity, and diverse ways of learning and diverse ways of expressing yourself. There is an art project that goes with this book, drawing pictures with letters. You'll see what it means throughout the book, but there's 100% a little art project here that you should definitely do with your kid, especially if your kid is like pre-K kindergarten and learning like all of their letters. All right. The first question, central idea. What problem is Jihun facing? What is getting in his way? Okay, so he's been given the assignment in class to write a letter to his best friend. He's still learning English. This is a super hard activity for him. His teacher's like, just try. So what problem is he facing? He has a writing assignment that he has to do in a language that he's just learning. So here we see the theme of language barrier already developing. This is not going to be an easy assignment for him. What is getting in his way? It is literally the language barrier. And the assignment is to write a letter to your best friend. And this kid has only been in the country for like a couple weeks, and he's like, I don't have a best friend yet. So not only is he reminded of the fact that this is really difficult, I have to learn to write in English, and this is incredibly hard, but he's also reminded of like his own kind of loneliness, like he has just arrived to the United States in class. He doesn't really have best friends yet. So this assignment it's a pretty tough one for this kid. Next question, analyze central idea. How does Jihun begin to solve the problem? He uses his imagination and his creativity, and we're gonna see the theme of like diverse learning expression. So he starts to draw an O, and then he starts to draw another O, and then he starts to draw an upside down V, and then he draws eyes. So he's thinking of his best friend back in Korea, who is a cat, and that's just adorable. I think his family's from Korea. I hope I didn't misspeak. So he's starting to draw a picture, but he's imagining the picture as letters. So the eyes, the cat eyes are O's. The cat ears are upside down V's. The whiskers are going to be letter I's. So you're going to see he's using his imagination and his creativity, and he is doing the assignment, but he is doing it in a way that he is drawing the pictures, and where he's learning English, like he's learning the letters. So where he is at in his English language development, like he is doing the assignment with the amount of language that he knows. So diverse learning and expression. So like he has actually figured out a way to do this assignment if the teacher can recognize that this is what this student can do with the language right now. And he is doing the assignment. He's not just drawing a picture of a cat. Next question, analyze point of view. Does Jihun show his feelings or hide them? He hides them. So this gets to the theme of friendship and acceptance. He doesn't feel like he has friends. He does not feel like he is accepted by his peers yet. And he shows this when like there's this kid sitting next to him in the class, and he tries to hide his work because the kid sitting next to him is like, hey, you're drawing a picture, you're not doing the assignment. So it shows that there's a divide caused by language barrier. He's just not quite feeling accepted yet, isn't really fitting in with his peers yet. So he does continue to hide his feelings, that he is not quite feeling accepted. He's not comfortable just being himself yet. All right, there is Otto. Otto's the name of the cat. That's his best friend. Jumping forward, this book is also going to show you how to draw a cat, which I think is pretty great. All right, jumping forward a lot of pages. Okay, next question, analyze point of view. What does Jihun believe is happening? What do readers know that he doesn't? Okay, that's about this page right here. Your best friend is a cat. Look at mine. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Your best friend is a cat. Piper roars with laughter. Look at mine. She shows me hers. My best friends understand me. She smiles big. I know exactly how that feels. I wish I had friends like that. So the thing here is Piper's letter, if you read it, actually, like, it's real hard to read. But she says, my friends understand me. And she says that this letter is easier to write because I'm writing to my friends. And writing normally makes me feel like I'm staring down the face of a cliff I'm about to fall over. So these guys actually feel the exact same way about writing, but in this little communication, language barrier, they just don't get it. So Jihun feels terrible about writing. Lots of anxiety. Can barely do it. And Piper here actually feels the exact same way. Feels terrible about writing. It is not something she wants to do. It is incredibly hard for her. So they actually feel the same way, but analyze point of view. What does Jihun believe is happening? Jihun believes that Piper is kind of like making fun of the way he did the assignment. What do we readers know that he doesn't? So we read this letter by Piper and we readers understand that, oh, these kids actually feel the exact same way about writing. They just don't get it yet. They're gonna connect at the end, but right here, they kind of don't get it yet. Character relationships is the next question. How does Piper help or hurt Jihun? So when they go outside, like for recess or something, oh, it is at recess, Piper says, will you show me how to draw letters like you did? So Jihun is thinking of the letters as shapes and he's drawing things with them. He's drawing cats, he's drawing octopus, he's drawing people, he's drawing like all kinds of things, but like using the letters as shapes to draw these objects. This is the art project that you should do. So Piper has a terrible time writing. And this might be a great exercise to help Piper be more comfortable with actually making the shapes of letters. So they are helping each other. Like they're forging a friendship, even though they have a big language barrier in front of them. Piper is showing acceptance. Jihun is starting to feel accepted. And even through the language barrier, they are like creating a bond and becoming friends. And of course, like this gets into the diverse way of learning, the power of creativity, diverse way of learning, like these kids are drawing pictures, but actually they are learning to write the letters. So like for like where they are and what they need to learn, this is like perfect for them. If one can recognize that like this is learning. But if somebody's not familiar with language development, they may just be like, oh, they're drawing pictures. Okay, next question, central idea. What lesson, moral message does the author want us to take away from the story? Okay, first of all, you gotta see that Piper invited Jihun over for like a play date, and Piper has 5 cats. So that they have that in common. They are both cat people. But I think most the author wants us to see language barriers and what that can look like for a kid and how difficult that can be to not only show what you can do academically, but also to just make friends. And that connects to so the language barrier and learning connects to the diverse way of learning. So a lot of the stuff that Jihun did, if somebody doesn't know about language development, they're not gonna recognize that like that is language development. That is, like those are the building blocks, like making the shapes of the letters. And the same thing with Piper. Somebody might just be like, oh, that kid doesn't know how to write, but like actually they probably just need help making the words. So diverse ways of learning and expression, the power of creativity, language barriers, all that goes with like difficulties of immigration, like learning a new language, and friendship and acceptance. So I think we just tied it all together. So that is A Letter to My Best Friend by Yangsook Choi.